The NHL, the National Hockey League, has announced they're going to be having a new expansion team.
Right, the NHL has announced that the Honolulu Hammerheads, will be the next expansion team. Honolulu? Before Quebec City.
People of Hawaii.
How are we going to house a hockey team in the hottest state in the entire country?
So many better options for expansion.
Has been begging for representation in major sports for so long.
Honolulu can't have ice.
You know, I didn't even know they had ice in Honolulu.
One of the best places to expand currently.
Do the people of Honolulu even know what hockey is?
Where are we going with that? New general manager,
GM Ryan Ryebrad.
GM Ryebrad.
Who is this guy?
He's a dynasty builder, okay?
Where'd he come from?
I think they're going to prove a lot of people wrong.
This will be a failure of an experiment for the NHL. We do not need another Arizona Coyotes.
I am all in for it. I love the idea.
How's it going, everybody? Ryebrad here today, and we are back with our Honolulu Hammerheads franchise mode here in off-season number 1. I guess you could call the initial episode off-season 0, because that was before we actually played a season, but now we've played a season, and I believe we've got the 10th pick in the draft, something like that. But we got to view the retirements, do our draft interviews, get through the entry draft. We did re-sign a couple players in the last episode, which was our Season 1 sim. But we are ready to go. Cirelli's back. I mean, obviously, he's going to be back anyway, but he was on an expiring contract technically. He already had signed that extension, though. We did bring back Nijov. We brought back Addison. Let's see. And we should be good to go as far as really important players that are expiring. Let's take a look. Fisher, Dachin, Toropchenko. I mean, Toropchenko, I'd like to see him grow a little bit, but at medium top 9 forward, I really don't see him being anything for us ever. Mostly just a lifetime AHLer. So there's no sense in me trying to go out and sign him. But you guys can see we really look pretty good as far as the contracts. That's one of the things that when we set this up, when we did the draft, we ended up getting a lot of players that weren't going to need new contracts very, very soon. So I'm pretty happy with how things look. The progress reports looked okay. Safronov looks very, very good for the future. But we are ready to get to the retirements. Let's see who retired in year number 1. They have released their rankings. Retirements, advance the day. Let's view the retired players. Why not? Joe Thornton, Ryan Kessler, Valtteri Filppula, Brent Seabrook retired, Blake Como, Matt Martin, Brian Boyle. Trying to figure out, who might get into the Hall of Fame from this draft class. That's kind of tough. Dubinsky, Nate Thompson. I mean, if you just take a look at the points, right? Games played, maybe Kessler. Does Kessler make the Hall of Fame? Probably not. I'd say the only guy from this class would maybe be Brent Seabrook and Joe Thornton. I don't know about, a guy like Filppula or Kessler. I don't know. You guys can help me decide that one, though, as we will edit the Google Sheet, which is down in the description. So there's Mike Smith. He retired. Does Mike Smith make the Hall of Fame? I don't know. That's tough. But here we go. Joe Thornton is now a coach, and here are the coaches that have retired. And Peter Bartek retired from our coaching staff. We would know if the Anchorage Voyagers had a retirement because they'd be right at the top, which is very, very nice. But we will do our pre-draft interviews because, we're looking here. We have a couple guys that are unknown, right? Edward Sale and Dalibor Dvorsky. And now I'm looking, and Dalibor Dvorsky might be a medium elite player for us. I'm just guessing, right? He's right in the middle there, but I don't want to move up and pass on Braden Yeager, who I'm very underwhelmed by. In all honesty, very underwhelmed by Braden Yeager. He's listed as medium elite, but he's got the elite edges. He's got really, really good X factors, and our scouts even say he's 4th, but we have 3 players ranked at 4, so great job, guys. But Dalibor Dvorsky here, unknown. I definitely want to talk to him and Sal, right? Because Sale looks like he's on the wrong side because that looks like the top 6, top 4. But with Dvorsky being ranked between Benson and Yeager, he could be a really, really interesting player for us to go talk to. So let's go ahead and interview him. First things first, talk about his style of play and his play style, breakdown of how he plays on the ice. He says that he is excellent at making passes, so he's a playmaker, things we love to see. How ready are you to play in the NHL? He says he's 2 years away, so Yeager's actually closer to being NHL ready than Dalibor Dvorsky. Okay, that maybe I want to go after Yeager then. I thought maybe if Dvorsky said he was NHL ready, we'd go after him, but Taking a look at skills, I assume his best skill will be his passing, his puck skills, I think is what he's going to say. That's just my guess. It's his skating. Okay, so he's actually a good skater. That might give him the leg up. I know skating doesn't matter in the sim, but I'm just thinking about what kind of player would I rather have. A playmaker who, Dvorsky's 1 bar bottom 6. There's no way. Our scouts now rank him number 2? Are you serious? No way. But I don't know. I think I'd almost rather take the shot on Dvorsky. We think he has an X factor, which would be very cool. He is 2 years away, right? That's a little bit further away than Jaeger, who is ready, but the playmaker, maybe we move up and get Benson, who's also 2 years away. We know a lot more about Benson. I just hate the fact that I see C skating and C physical. Dvorsky's at least 6'1", 198. Zachary Benson's 5'10", 169. But the A shooting, A minus puck skills, and A senses is fantastic. Man, I really wish I would have paid more attention and gotten a better look at Dalibor Dvorsky. Just because he's one of those guys that I think, yeah, we're picking like 8, 9, somewhere in that range, so we can move up to 6 for sure. Do we go after Braden Jaeger? That's what I'm starting to think here. Or do we go up a bit more and try and get a guy like Zachary Benson? I say a guy like... He looks so freaking young in his picture, dude. It's crazy. Anyway, let's interview Edouard Sale. We'll ask him the same questions as we always do. Same questions we ask everybody. I want to know your play style. I want to know your NHL readiness. He's another playmaker. There we go. That's good. And then he says he's got 2 years away. Okay, 2 years away from competing for an NHL job. That's not too bad. Oh God, you know, I'm just thinking about the Dvorsky thing, and I just don't want to go up and have him be that top 6 player in between the medium elites, right? And his greatest strength is his vision for the game. All right, I don't know why it stopped scrolling, but hey. There we go. So we got to know Edouard Sale a little bit. He's a playmaker whose strength is his senses and is 2 years away. 1 bar AHL top 6. We got a little bit more information. I don't know. I don't trust. I think because where we're picking is kind of important. Callum Ritchie. I kind of want to talk to Callum Ritchie. 2 bar medium elite. There's also Connor Levis. But Callum Ritchie I want to talk to for sure. What do we know about him? Well, we know for a fact he's 2 years away. Yeah, maybe I don't want to talk to him. Maybe I want to talk to one of these guys that is like not quite like Hunter Brustovich. He looks insane. Let's talk here, interview him, and see if we can uncover a little bit more, because we got that Calgary Flames pick too that we could end up using. What is your play style, Hunter? I don't even know how to say your name, but you are a 2-way defender, which is, you know, not the end of the world. He thinks he's 2 years old. Another 2. This is a really good draft class. This draft class is always pretty deep, and as you get through the roster updates throughout the year, you end up getting, you know, more and more players that they give ratings to. And the draft, year 1 draft becomes really, really good. So I'm very excited that this is the draft we have all of our draft picks in. I mean, a ton. And he's a defenseman who's a good skater and is 2 years away. 2 bar medium elite still. He's definitely 2 years away. We know that. Looking at those ratings, though, like that's a darn good player for a defenseman. I mean, to take at 21, that would be crazy good to get. But then there's also guys like Axel Sandin Pelika. Oh, man, that is a beautiful name. And then there's Cone Zeimer. Oh, man, so many players here. Clayton Castles. Our next pick. 32? There's no... Did they go to the... Oh, this guy, Alexander Kolstov, could have X factors. Could be very good. We know for a fact is medium top 6. Ooh, Alexander Koltsov. Maybe we take a Russian. Cool. All right, he's actually Ukrainian, playing in Russia. But let's take a look here. I want to see where our picks are. So we'll go to our draft board real quick. See where our projected picks are. It's 9 and 8. Yeah, we're pick 18, right? Haltonen's right there. Levis, Gauthier. I mean, they're not quite there, right? It's pick 18, and these guys are ranked 13, 14, and 15. But here at pick 9, we are going to have to move up if we're going to get a medium elite player. And I'm not opposed to moving up. We're not going to move up and get Bedard, and I don't think we're going to move up into the top 4. But we saw that if we take a look at the draft class, you know, we can maybe take a shot on Dvorsky, who our scouts rank second best. Zachary Benson, who's 2 years away from the NHL. Braden Yeager is 1 year away, but he is also a two-way forward. I think I'd rather go up and get either of the playmakers. There's also Cal Hagelin, who's already NHL ready with puck on a string, tape to tape, and third eye. Oh, man, A-plus puck skills already as a playmaker. I mean, if we can get up to 4, I will go up there and get Cal Hagelin. If not, I'll try and get 5 or 6, so that way we have our choice of Benson, Dvorsky, or Yeager. We may end up with Yeager anyway, but I think we just advance the day and get to the draft. And here we go. We'll start the entry draft, our first official entry draft outside of the one that we originally got. And here we go. The Nashville Predators at 6 want to trade their pick, right? So we're at 9, they're at 6. At 6, who are we getting? We're getting Dvorsky at 6. That's pretty risky. Benson could fall. Benson could end up falling, right? With his tape-to-tape X factor, but carry, cycle, balance, don't block, overload. That's really good. Plays like Marcus Naslund. We don't have a similarity style there because we didn't quite get... but balance, shoot, energy, balance behind the net. That's not... I don't even like that one as much. I'd almost rather go up to 5 and get Zach Benson. I know he's 2 years away, but like, let's look at the chemistry styles. The guy Leo Carlson here, carry, cycle, balance, is probably the best we got. Looks really well-rounded, but I honestly really like the look of Zachary Benson with carry, cycle, balance, don't block, and overload. I know it's only 3 bars, but he's 2 years away. He's medium elite. He's got A shooting, A- puck skills, A senses. It's just his skating and his physical. If he bulks up, he's going to be a phenomenal player, and I'm not going to avoid taking him just because of his size. And I know the scouts recommend Braden Yeager, 1 year away, but balance, shoot, energy, balance behind the net. It's just... Braden Yeager, 1 year away. I don't know. It's the two-way forward thing that's kind of killing me here. I know X Factors make up for that, but to have the playmaker and just the way they sim would be fantastic. So, you know, I'm looking here. Do I go up to 4 with the Coyotes, give them some picks, and take Cal Hagelin here, who's a left winger? But I kind of want to get one of these centers. One of these 3 centers here. There's also Leslie Haken, but only medium top 6 forward. So I really think it's between Benson, Dvorsky, and Yeager. Dvorsky... I don't know, 2 years away. I mean, we don't know enough about him for me to really make too much of an assumption. Benson put up 85 points in 71 games, 37 goals, 48. Does shoot. Okay, 12.5% shooting percentage. Pretty good. Almost 300 shots. Love to see that. They don't track the giveaways and takeaways, so that's fine. Then we've got Dvorsky, who, okay... shot 51 times. That's only 1 shot per game, really, but how much ice time was he getting? 6 minutes fewer per night, but the point-wise, I know he's playing tougher competition over there. Actually, no, it's Allsvenskan. It's not even the SHL. And then you look at Braden Yeager, who put up 75 points. Okay, 288, didn't shoot as well, but still put up a ton of shots. How many minutes a night was he playing? 21 as well, so 24 power play points. I really think Zachary Benson might be the guy we go after. 20 fewer power play points. Faceoffs of 48%. Braden Yeager was faceoffs of 47%. All right. Connor Bedard, 80 overall franchise. Really upsetting we didn't get him, but the Montreal Canadiens do. Holy smokes, Montreal fans. Gotta be loving that. I know I got some of you in the comments. But we'll find a trade for that Minnesota Wild pick, I think. Minnesota, what do you... I know they don't want to give it up, but I think I can pry it away from them by giving them my first at 9, Samuel Girard in 2 fourths, Zaka in 2 seconds, Safran... No. What are we doing here, guys? Come on. What a timeout. What are we doing here, guys? Like, let's just swap picks, and I'll give you some more picks in the second. This is the reason I have so many picks, right? Like, I can throw them 41, our pick. So 9 and 41 for 5th overall, right? Can we go up and get it? Trade accepted, and it was a fair trade. So I didn't fleece them. They didn't fleece me. So we'll give them 41 to move up 4 spots. And I think for the Minnesota Wild, they'd be fine with that. Look, they don't even have a 3rd, so that's pretty nice for them. They still keep a top 10 pick, and they get another 2nd rounder. They didn't have a 3rd to begin with, and let's be honest, this team is not one that's really banking on players for the future. They will need some prospects, but, I mean, this is a team that should be trying to contend now. So getting that extra 2nd will probably be okay. And now we're at pick number 5. So we'll sim the next pick here. There goes Leo Carlson, the center playmaker with ankle breaker, quick draw, relentless, and it's tricky. A playmaker here, looks very, very good. Well-rounded. I mean, honestly, looks okay. I mean, a 76 at pick number 2, that's not exactly the most game-changing pick. Then there's Helmanen. Kimmo Helmanen is a left-wing medium elite sniper at 74 overall, but 87's in the shooting category, and that's the kind of shooting category that a generated sniper you want to see. And then pick number 4 here. Who are the Arizona Coyotes going to take? They're going to take Hagelin, the left-wing playmaker, 77, second best player in the draft, and we kind of knew that. It was between him and Carlson, in my opinion. Carlson is the center, but, you know, he looks really, really good. 85 passing, 83 offensive awareness. Things look good for the Arizona Coyotes. They got a lot of talent, but now your Honolulu Hammerheads are on the clock, and Zachary Benson is sitting right there with his A shooting, A minus puck skills, A senses. It's just his skating and his physical that are going to let him down, but with the potential to have a couple not a couple abilities, I should say. We know he's got puck on a string and all alone. To have a zone ability of tape to tape would be massive. I don't know about Dalibor Dvorsky. I'd like to, I wish I would have gotten a little bit more information so I could really choose between the two. They both seem to be 2 years away, playmakers, maybe medium elite, but we'll go with Zachary Benson. That'll be our pick here. I just liked his stat layout just way too much. Only 14 penalty minutes, playing 21 minutes a night, putting up, I think that's 80-some points, 85 points in 71 games. This is the kind of guy that I think I could build a franchise around. Him and Safronov, the playmaker down the middle with Benson, Safronov, the sniper on the left wing. We find them a power forward on the right wing, and we are good to go. So Zachary Benson, welcome to the Honolulu Hammerheads and a 71 medium elite with third eye X Factor ability. 71 medium elite at 18. Looks very, very good. I'm surprised his skating was a C. Physically, yes, I assume he's not going to be the most physical guy at 5'10", 169, but hopefully he puts on some weight. But 80 passing, 83 offensive awareness looks very, very good. And then, like I said, third eye is his zone ability with puck on a string, all alone, tape to tape, and quick draw. So the quick draw is going to be massive for us. Tape to tape, and third eye are going to be great for his playmaking, all alone and puck on a string. This is such a well-rounded player here at 71, medium elite at just 18. I'm pretty happy with that for the 5th pick in the draft. 71 medium elite. The Nashville Predators are going to get Dalibor Dvorsky, who does have an X Factor. 69, though, a little bit worse. So there we go. We made the right call. 77 passing, 77 offensive awareness. Compare that to Zachary Benson here. It's 80 and 83. The shot is 3 stars for Benson. The shot for Dvorsky is 2.5. Defensively, 75-65 for defensive awareness and faceoffs. Benson is 78-73. So there we go. Not shot blocking and stick checking. The shot blocking is in Dvorsky's favor. He's also a little bit bigger, so you can see his physical category of 1.5 stars. Fighting skill, strength. I don't know why I highlighted fighting skill, but he's a little bit better of a skater, and he's got relentless, which is not very, very good, but tape to tape, puck on a string, and quick draw. So very similar, but Zachary Benson has third eye as his zone ability, not relentless, which is much better. Third eye is not necessarily the greatest ability either, but it's better than relentless, and he's got the all alone, so we are good to go there. At pick number 7, the Detroit Red Wings get Braden Yeager with elite. We knew a lot about Braden Yeager. 72 two-way forward, looks very, very well-rounded. I just do worry about the future of a two-way forward and how they're going to develop. They sometimes don't put up a ton of points. It seems like Yeager did not struggle in juniors doing that, but there was just something about the spread. I don't know. There's just something about Zachary Benson. Although Yeager may be better, it says he's 1 year away. Benson's 2 years away, but he's only 1 overall lower, and I really, really like the fact that we got the playmaker more so than we got a two-way forward. Hawken here looks very good, does have total eclipse. The power forward, that's a pretty darn good player. And then the Minnesota Wild, the team we traded with, is going to get Edward Sale, who's a 70 overall playmaker who's medium top 6 with puck on a string. So that is definitely not a bad consolation prize for the Minnesota Wild. Plus they get another second in there. But I'm very, very happy with Zachary Benson. Very, very, very happy. And now we have pick 18, right? Emil Jarvente is 2 years away. Ooh, let's see. Otto Stenberg, Height, Hunter Danielson. Yeah, let's see. Do we have anybody else that's like potentially NHL ready, like on the cusp here of the end of the round? It doesn't look like it. They all seem to be 3 years away. And as far as the Oliver Bonk, they say could be a gem. So honestly, the 1 bar low elite could be a gem at pick 42. Maybe somebody to take with our first second round pick there at pick 2 in the second round. We'll go to the current pick, but we will just sim to our pick at 18, see who's there. Callum Ritchie does get taken at 69, medium top 6 forward as a playmaker. That's another fantastic player with quick draw. Dragisevich, I think it is. Gautier's high top 9. Casper Haltonen goes to the Buffalo Sabres. We knew who he was. We knew he was medium elite, but I just wanted to avoid taking him. All honesty, like I didn't like the way he developed in my Flyers franchise, and plus I don't like to use 2 of the same players. But we've got Riley Height, who looks really good, a really good shot, a playmaker though with a great shot. But we've got a defender here who just looks really, really well-rounded. 2 years away, 2 bar medium elite. There's Emil Jarvente, who is a sniper. That could be nice, but I think I kind of want to get our first defenseman prospect here. Even if he's medium top 4, I like the look of the rating, so I'm going to go with it. Hunter Brzezew. Oh, God. Hunter from the Kitchener Rangers. Welcome to the Honolulu Hammerheads. And he is a medium top 4, 68 overall two-way defender. So a solid all-around, do-everything kind of defender who's got a really good skating category for his age and a pretty physical player at that too. So very, very happy with this pick. 31 points in 67 games played. Shot 8%. Wow, that's pretty impressive. Didn't take a face-off. Kind of expected that. But he did get a short-handed goal, so good for him. 9 power play points as well. But I think that's a pretty solid pick. I think it's better than Dragisevich. So I'm happy with that. Let's see what kind of player we missed out on here. Jarvente. We got a better player than Jarvente. I honestly, there's something about it. Oh, Otto Stenberg, a very, very good center playmaker here. There's something about medium top 6 that feels better than medium top 4. I feel like medium top 4 doesn't develop as well as medium top 6. The St. Louis Blues are going to get Height. Okay, so pretty much all these players were in the same category of player. We just happened to take the defenseman because I wanted a defenseman. And there's Danielson, the two-way forward, medium top 6. Do we have a stud here? Pinelli's high top 9. That's not what I'd call a stud. Musty, Nord. Yeah, no, we're looking okay. Pelika. Okay, yeah, no, things are looking good. So we're gonna go ahead and go up to 35. And I think we'll take that that gem now. Let's take a look at the rest of the players in the back half of the draft. Honestly, very deep draft. Chubarov, bad pick there by the New York Rangers. Castle's a bad pick there by the Chicago Blackhawks. Lind, Zeimer, not great for the Toronto Maple Leafs either. Koltsov is the two-way forward, medium top 6. We identified him as a potential player to take. Alex Chirnik, we didn't get any information about him. We didn't scout Elsvenskin. I almost never do. But we've got Oliver Bonk, who we've already identified is a gem for sure. So, you know what? We'll go ahead and take him. Bonk, you know, we'll see. Are there any other gems left in the class? No, there's not. So, Oliver Bonk, he's projected to go at 42. Our scouts rank him at 35 right now, and he's a riser as well. He rose 5 spots before the draft. So we'll take Bonk, and he is a low top 4 defenseman. We got to have a conversation because I don't identify low top 4 as a gem. But hey, look at that. 6'3", 18 years old, 67 overall other defenseman right now. Not too upset. It's low top 4. Unless I missed out on something absolutely phenomenal here, which doesn't look like I did, I think I'm fine. So we're going to go ahead here and sim to pick 51. We got another pick on deck here. There's some average players at best. And then a medium top 6, Jan Sprinar. 3 years away, potentially. He could be a little bit worse. There's also Lars Lundin, who's 3 years away. Let's take a look here. We got some goaltenders down here, too. Vladimir Sharov. 19-year-old. Okay, let's see. Let's sort by potential. 2-bar medium elite, but that's at pick 76. Ulf Brodin is 2-bar medium elite at 100. 2-bar low elite here, and Lenny Haminhau. Sorry about butchering those names. But it's just like we have 2-bar low elites. I don't trust 2-bar low elites. I'd rather go after the sniper, Jan Sprinar here. He's 3-bar medium top 6 could be decent. Pick 60 is the projection. Left wing, right wing from Rimouski. So we're going to go for it. Medium top 6. It's a medium top 9 two-way forward. And Jan Sprinar. Not a bad shot, though. So I guess I can understand why my scouts thought he might be a sniper. As far as the other guys that went in between, nobody else that I'm really upset about. Let's take a look at some of those maybe low elite players. Actually, some guys potentially have X Factor. This guy does not have an X Factor. I can absolutely guarantee you that Reinbacher is not an X Factor. But taking a look here, Mayarov might have 1T, but again, it's just like it's a medium top 9 that I'm not keen on grabbing, right? Medium starter though, and Vladimir Sharov is 5 years away at 79. Looks pretty good, I guess. We do need some kind of goaltending. Actually, we don't need goaltending prospects, right? I do want to take Dylan McKinnon. At some point, he's 5 years away for sure. And same thing with Ulf Brodin. Hayden Potty is 5 years away, but as a goaltender, you never really know. I kind of like the look of some of these guys here. Potentially 2 years away for Forsfall. At 18, from the SHL, balance shoot, balance behind the net. That's not bad, but 2-bar low elite, it does worry me. Probably not a two-way forward if I had to guess. Hayminau is a very good skater, but I can't. First of all, I can't say his name. But our picks, where are we looking here? What are we looking at as far as picks? We've got 57 and then 74. So maybe I could take that those couple 2-bar medium elites at 74. But I think right now I would like to just get somebody, take another swing on a player, right? Or do we just go after Vladimir Sharov, right? Like, the 19-year-old goaltender is a medium starter. Goalies have a little bit later of a window. There's Dylan McKinnon as well that we could take with our next pick. Maybe I just guarantee myself the medium starter and I don't kind of go crazy right now because we need a baseline of talent. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm just going to take Vladimir Sharov, draft our first goalie. He's a 58, medium starter at 19, so plenty of years left for him to grow, but nonetheless, we got a medium starter in the second round, which I will never, ever complain about. The 2-bar medium elite, Dylan McKinnon, I highly doubt it, considering he's got a real face. There's just kind of something I do when a player's not guaranteed to be good. You know, like Zeb Vorjal is a guy that I think I'd rather take. The 2-bar low elite, we're going to take Zeb from the SHL, who is a low top 9 two-way forward. That's all right. It's fine. I probably could have waited. And we have an incoming trade. Now, that's just downright disrespectful, Arizona. That is downright disrespectful. I'm sorry. McKinnon, medium top 6, right? So we didn't really miss out on much. Let's sort by potential here. Brodin, you know, a 2-bar medium elite. I highly, highly doubt it, but you never know. There's also Elmiri Laxo, who's potentially 5 years away with shoot pinch. Some 2 Ethan Hay, Steve Patterson, a low top 6 forward, a medium Topi Laminen here. Honestly, medium top 4, but it is 3 bars. Man, this draft class kind of fell off. It definitely fell off hard. Let's go ahead and go back here. And we'll just go with Ulf Brodin right now, I think. Unless, you know what, let's take Elmeri Laxo, I think, because we have another pick before 100. But I do want to plan this out. Hold on. We have 82, 107, and 173. 82 and 107, right? That's, yeah, 82 and 107 are our next 2 picks. So if we make the pick 82 and 107, we may not get a shot at Ulf, who's projected to go at 100. We've got Laxo here, who's projected to go at 96. Is 2-bar low elite? I doubt he's actually going to be low elite. I also doubt that Ulf Brodin is going to be medium elite, but 2-bar medium elite, it could change a bit. I'm going to go for the 2-bar medium elite, because why not? Ulf Brodin is a medium top 4 defenseman. I'll take that at 17, a medium top 4 defensive defenseman. That's actually not a bad pick. All right, I'm pretty satisfied with that we went after Ulf Brodin when we did. Take a look here. Let's sort by potential again. Take a 2-bar. Ruslan Pushkarev. I think Ruslan Pushkarev, although he is 19, he's 5 years away as well, so a bit older. Stevie Patterson here is 2-bar medium top 4. We could get the guaranteed low top 6, who may never see the NHL, but it's might be better than some of the other picks we've got going on here. It really, the low top 6, the guaranteed low top 6 player, you know what? I'm going to take the shot. It's a late pick anyway. We might as well go with it. There's also the 1-bar medium elite goaltender who's 4 years away at 17. Screw that. I'm taking the goaltender. I'm taking the goalie. Who is a medium backup. Shoot. That's a bummer. But we do have 2 picks left. I think is that low top 6 guy still on the board? It does not look, no, it does not look like it. That's a bummer. That I took a medium backup goaltender over him, because that would have been, it could have been somebody we could be rooting for and keeping an eye on, trying to do all that we could to develop them. But let's take a look here at the players still left on the board. Not a lot of talent left according to Central Scouting. We could just take a player at random here. Oh God, this is a problem with. You know, I might as well just take Justice Bembridge. Justice Bembridge. I absolutely love that name. 2-bar medium top 9 turns out to be a medium bottom 6 enforcer. Justice the Enforcer. Oh my God, I love it. We need to develop Justice so that he eventually makes the NHL and we can say justice is served. A 5-minute major. Oh my God, I love it. I'm very happy with that pick now. And we'll go after Stevie Patterson as our final pick in the draft, who is a medium bottom 6 sniper. So, you know, outside of our top picks here, you know, Benson, Brestovich, Bonk is low top 4, Sprinar, Sharov is okay. Isn't Sharov the medium starter goalie? Yeah, he is. And Ulf Brodin is the medium top 4 defenseman. So we honestly hit on some decent players that may help fill out the middle of our roster, as well as Zachary Benson, who we're going to be looking to the future for. But here we go. It's time for the re-sign phase, and we have a scout expiring. Our USA scout is expiring, which I think I'll just let them go. Like, let's take a look at our scouts. I don't think they're very good, to be honest. Contract, we'll sort by contract expired, and it's a C- scout, so we're gonna fire them just as a C-. I'm really gonna try and improve the scouts. We're gonna see who's out there, but let's go to the contracts. Players to be re-signed are all expiring. Fisher's not somebody that I'd like to keep around. So we're just gonna, I think, release Fisher, although he is an RFA, but he's not got any value. Like, let's be honest. A decent two-way forward, but really doesn't do anything spectacular. So we'll release him. Dotchin is gonna be one of those guys, maybe for the A. No? What? Okay, goodbye. Toropchenko, we'll qualify him for sure. Offer the contract there. We'll get him 2 years at 9.25. There we go. AHL deal. By the end of that, he'll still be an RFA, so we may be able to move on from him. Taking a look at the goaltenders. Let's just now look at our roster. We've got Thompson and Luukkonen, so goaltending is absolutely set with Annunen, Lennox, and then our newly drafted Sharov here as a medium starter. So we maybe will hopefully get a few more goaltenders coming up through the pipeline. Then on defense, we've got Gerard, Graves, Bean, Pettersson, Nijov, Nijov and Addison. Hoping that they take a big jump. There's not going to be much done here. We have to, I honestly kind of want to fire our coach and find a new coach. But then in the AHL, it's Koski, Brook, Niku, Pouliot, Warzowski. And then, yeah, there's Brustevich, maybe is the name I'm just going to go with. Henrik here. We got some players, you know, a low top 4 in Bonk. Brustevich is the medium top 4, but a guy like Pouliot wants to come back. Warzowski does not. We'll give Pouliot another year. Why not? Warzowski, we'll release him. He does not want to be here. Right, so that means we'll need a 7th defenseman and a potential AHL defenseman. Take a look at the forwards. We've got... as we go through here, it's Toffoli, Verana, Sorelli, Iafallo, Zaka, Yamamoto, Marchman, Silverberg, Dickinson, Peterka, McMichael, Gustafson. So we need to sign one more NHLer. We'll see who is out there. But then, so if we sign that person, it's Gustafson, Toropchenko, Fitzgerald, Ryder, Perlini, Jasic, Casilla, Martel, Palmu, and I believe that's it. Safronov might be time to, he's still listed as an other forward though. Until he's listed as something other than an other forward, I'm not going to sign him. Then we've got Zachary Benson, who's also listed as an other forward. So I think Martel's 28, does want an extension. Was a minus 18 though, the sniper. I think we'll wait. I think we'll wait on that. Muller does not want to come back. Oscar, thank you for your service. Suomi does not want a contract extension either, so we'll just release him. I'm not going to keep anybody against their will unless they're good, in which I'll throw a ton of cash at them. But our forward core, I think, is fine. I think if we sign one like top player, it might be a power forward. Toropchenko is back. Pouliot is not back. Pouliot wants... he wanted something else. So we'll just go ahead and take a look at the defensemen. All expiring. Pouliot, off from the contract. We'll just give him, there we go, just one more year. I don't really foresee him being that important to the future. Obviously, easy decision to renew my contract with you. Toropchenko, I don't think he accepted his contract, to be honest. No, he did. And then we'll just, Martel wants to come back. Danik Martel, his offensive awareness is pretty poor, and so is his defense, so I'm going to release him. And there we go. That should be all the players we need, so we will just go ahead and sim to free agency. No coaches or scouts need to be signed or hired. And here we go. We are ready to get it started. Sign free agents. Who is out there? Who is in this class? Troy Terry is as an RFA. Classic. As far as players that I want to go after... Troy Terry would be it, but 10.4 million is a lot. I mean, I understand the medium elite, two-way forward, really, really good player. But nobody's on the younger side here. So we may ride it out and just see what we have. A guy like Vince Dunn could be a good player to go after. 87 passing, 88 offensive awareness. I mean, another defenseman here makes Addison or Nijov expendable. 6 years. I mean, he'd be 32. He's the youngest guy here, really, besides Terry. Let's go UFAs. Let's go potential. Frost. There's Morgan Frost, who's low elite. I doubt it at 24 UFA. 2 teams are interested. I guess it's another depth player that's honestly pretty solid offensively, but I just don't know about defensively. But it looks like nobody really exciting fell through the cracks, at least as far as skaters are concerned. Coughlin, Jones, yeah, looking at the defense, same thing. Ewell Levy could be a fine 7th defenseman, but I think we will wait for that. Taking a look at the goaltenders, Frederick Anderson. We don't need a goaltender or a starter, but looking at players that potentially could be backups. A minor league backup here in Olivier Rodrigue. Could be interesting. We've got Annan and Lennox. Lennox I'm not, like, married to. And as a 74 at 22, I think he's much better than Lennox. So we'll offer him the contract. 3 years at 9,500. Or 950,000. Excuse me. Let's take a look at all players. There we go. Ilya Samsonov, but he is an RFA. Swayman. Yeah, these guys are all RFAs. Markkanen is a UFA. Yep, he was in there already. But there we go. So as far as players available, RFA Nolan Patrick, medium elite, two-way forward. Honestly, this is kind of a player to take a swing on, right? At 80, at 24, maybe hopefully he jumps and then we, is a player for us in the future. But 1 year at 1.625, we would have to give up this year's third. Okay, can I undercut it and go 1.5? It's still this year's third, so I'm not going to do that. But do I offer sheet Nolan Patrick? The medium elite at 24. He's probably got a good amount of trade value if I had to guess, and they did not play him at all. Does he fit our scheme? He fits the third line. Honestly, that's perfect for him. So I think, you know what? We're going to go after it. A third-round pick. We've got plenty of draft picks and capital that we could make up for it. And as far as going after a big-name player, I just don't think it makes any sense for us. Kuzmenko, Andrei Kuzmenko is the sniper here. It's a really, really solid player here. At 27, though, a little bit older than what I'd like, but 6 years at 6.15 is not the end of the world. We would have to outbid teams. We have 20 million in cap space, guys, and really nobody important needs a contract coming up. Let's take a look. Jakub Vrana, I know, is a guy that needs a contract. Toffoli, Vrana, Bean. Bean does not want an extension. Toffoli does not want an extension. Vrana at 27. He will be 28. Silverberg, Dickinson, McMichael will need one. Gustafson will need one. Kyler Yamamoto will need another one. I honestly think, like, I want Bean, I want Yamamoto, I want to keep the younger guys together. I think, just looking at the team, period, It's really tough to say that I want to go after a forward. There's nobody that screams like they're going to fit our timeline, right? We got a bunch of guys in their mid-30s, but as far as players to come up, like Zachary Benson comes up in 2 years. Ivan Safronov comes up next year, right? They're in their early years, so 2 years before Benson and Safronov are playing together at least, right? So by that time, Kuzmenko would only be 29. If we signed him to a deal that got him through his age 32 season, right? Like a 5-year deal. And same thing for Dunn. They could be great bridge, but Dunn is an RFA. Shoot. UFA. And we'll just sort by overall. Kuzmenko here at 85. I really like the underlying stats, though. Like, taking a look, the 89 offensive awareness, the 86 passing, the 90 in the wrist shot. This is a first-line goal scorer. Vancouver, he had 21 goals, 82 games played, 52 points. Only played 15 minutes a night, so 52 points. Honestly, that's a really good player, in my opinion. I think Andrei Kuzmenko is a guy that I'd love to go after. At 27, like I said, he's going to be one of those guys that's on the tail end when we have a whole bunch of young and up-and-coming talent. So Kuzmenko, I'll give him a 5. Ooh, he wants. Okay, so we'll give him 6.5 for 5 years, I think. It's very, very, it's a lot higher than his asking price, but again, cap space isn't really a concern. He's a guy that I think would replace Vrana for us in the long term. So we'll offer Andrei Kuzmenko that contract. Hopefully he ends up taking it. This is not the Magic Man. This is the Magic Man's brother. A great two-way player, but at 34, I don't see any reason for us to go after him. Barbashev is another player, but we have so many of those, those mid-80s, those low 80s, excuse me, the second line two-way forward, the average dude that's going to, compete on both ends of the ice and make it tough to play against. But not really a guy that I'm keen on going after. But the goal scorer, I agree with 100%. And Laurent Dagneau is really, really good. His ratings are good, but I really hate overload, balance, efficient, block, or don't block. I hate his defensive pairings. He fits 63%. So we're actually going to take a look at head coaches out there. And there's Bryson Funk. Ooh, 60%, but fits with Iafallo, fits with Graves, fits with Silfverberg, Marchment, fits well with Peterka. Pinch balance, hold line balance. I don't know how to feel about that. Let's take a look at only NHL head coaches here. We got I think 4 that I would like to go after. There's also Landon Jackman. I don't like the fact that he's not a good teacher, though, but I think we can compensate for that. A- here, this defenseman coach, Emilio Parks, 60%. Does not fit Bean at all. Oh, my God. But fits Iafallo, Sorelli, Pettersson, Silfverberg, Marchment, Nijov. Fits them so well. Overload, balance cycle, balance. Oh, balance shoot, hold the line shoot, balance shoot. I don't like that. There's also Stéphane Guérin, offensive coach. Overload, carry cycle, balance. This is the classic coach that you're always looking for. He fits Sorelli beautifully. He fits Nijov. He fits Peterka. It's just some players like Zaka, Graves don't exactly fit. Graves can, that's the problem. Graves can't even be sheltered on the second pairing. But this is a coach that I think all the schemes, they just work. Jakub Vrana doesn't fit exactly, so he could be a guy that we move on from. And then there's Gaspard Savard. I love it. 65% fit is carry. Oh, okay. Pinch cycle, balance, overload, carry, shoot, efficient, balance, behind the net, carry, cycle, balance, overload, balance, cycle, balance, block, fits perfectly with Graves and Girard, Marchment, Nijov, Peterka doesn't quite fit as much, but I don't know how much that actually means, Yamamoto, Bean, Pettersson doesn't exactly fit, but guys, I feel like Gaspard Savard is the guy I want to go after, the cheapest one, not the greatest teaching, but a great defensive coach who loves forwards, okay. But looking at the stat spread, the power play is the third best-ish. The penalty kill's pretty bad here. There's a couple B coaches, but as far as coach influence, we could also go with Landon Jackman here. He is overload, carry, cycle, balance, overload, balance. Okay, so the third line, he fits everyone pretty well, to be honest. Nijov, Peterka, this could be a good coach here. And they're worse on the penalty kill. They're also not good at teaching. You know what? I think I'm going to go with Gaspard Savard. I do think I'm going to go with Gaspard Savard. I think him fitting so perfectly with some of our top players like Graves and Girard. That's phenomenal. Bean, Yamamoto, Marchment. Paterka's not the best fit, but we can find a fit for him or just move on from him. Dickinson, like I said, Pettersson doesn't fit, but again, not a guy for the long term. Verana, Toffoli fits. You know, so we will, I think, offer him our head coaching position here. And there we go. We're just going to offer him, I think, $3 million over 4 years to be our head coach. A slightly worse head coach, but he will grow. This is a growth season. I'm not going to be too upset by Gaspard Savard. I know our current coach is an A, but can I actually... am I able to make somebody our... can I make him... Can I fire Allen, Bruce Allen, fire him? He's got A-plus coach influence, but just everything else about him is pretty bad. And then I can demote Daigneault. I don't know if he's going to be fine with that, but I'm going to give it a try. Because I honestly like the way Strombolopoulos looks as a coach more, I think. Although it's the B- teaching that is just making me. I'm just gonna fire him. I'm gonna demote Daigneault to NHL associate coach. Oh my God, and A+ teaching as well, so that's phenomenal. He's gonna help our guys grow, and then we need a goalie coach for the NHL. So we'll just go NHL assistant coach, and we'll sort by teaching because that's how you find your goalie coach. Is it not how I find my goalie coach anymore? Teaches. I'll find my goalie coach here. Just give me a second. Goalies. There it is. Ulrich. Not a great... Actually, B- teaching is not bad. So we'll offer him the job as a Jurgen Ulrich. And there we go. NHL goalie coach. Just throw all the money at him. Why not? There we go. All right. So as far as players we're going after, maybe we'll go after a 7th defenseman early here too. Not waiting until the dust settles kind of thing. Let's go after a 7th defenseman early. Somebody in the 80s, low 80s, right? Who could step in. A guy who's fine with it, right? Probably a 2-way defenseman. Connor Clifton here, a 2-way defender, looks honestly pretty good, fits all the power play and D pairing too, wants $3 million though. Can I get a 2-way defender? There we go. Victor Mete, honestly, Victor Mete looks really good. I like the look of Victor Mete, and oh, what's it going to cost me? A 3rd round pick? No, thank you. Hag here, there's Coughlin. Honestly, Coughlin is a UFA, I believe. So there we go. 1.75 for 2 years. Beautiful. All right, so we'll offer him that and see what happens. Let's take a look at the guys we've approached. Approached players and approached. We've gone after Patrick, because he's medium elite. We've gone after Kuzmenko because I think he's going to be a great top-line scorer for us. And then Coughlin to be our 7th defenseman potentially. All right, so there we go. Oh, we also need Graves, a writer for Foligno in a 3rd. I don't want that deal. I don't. I do need to find another USA scout to put in the USA East, and as well as see who is out there as far as scouts are concerned. So overall, let's go and look at the USA scouts. We have some C's here, which is a bit unfortunate. There's 16 team interested here. Team strength, characters. No, I care more about the efficiency, discovery, X factor. I care more about those. Because I don't care about the... the character assessment, and I don't care about team strengths, right? Team strengths, I don't think, no. Scouting efficiency is what I care about the most. Get more players in, get more players out. How do you do in the USA East is the question. USA East is A-. That's a bummer. Do we have anybody else here who's USA East A+? A+ for Jane Hutton. And there's another efficiency guy down here. Right here. Are you good in that? Yes, very, very good. All right, that's kind of what I want right here. Dyquis, we'll just offer them a contract. Nobody wants them, so perfect. A little small upgrade, not a major one. But oh wait, there were a couple scouts out there that I can just upgrade. Period. You know, we don't have many B scouts on the staff right now, but we've got a B- WHL, a B- Europe, and a B- NHL scout here. This NHL scout's really good in the Central, and this is a WHL scout who has an A in the WHL, and this is a European scout who's got an A+ in Extraliga and Dell. So let's take a look at our scouts. Yeah, the NHL, what was that? What did I say, the Central? I think it was the Central. I'm not going to fire them yet, but it was the WHL. Our WHL scout is down here. And we have 2 of them, right? Neither of them are particularly phenomenal. We're going to fire Ralph Pielmer. Actually, no. We're going to fire Dominic Richardson because they just can't scout anywhere but the WHL. So there we go. The C- scout, fire that scout. Our NLA scout, I will fire them because they are a D. And then we need to figure out which NHL scout it was. But I will do that. Give me 1 second. All right, so I've taken care of offering scouts contracts and offering out contracts to the rest of the scouts that are good on free agency. Gaspard Savard is happy to join the team and be our NHL head coach, as well as Jurgen Ulrich. So there we go. Our coaching staff is all set. We got the scout. There we go. A small upgrade. We got Nolan Calvert as well, and Hudson Pitton. There we go. So I believe that's all the scouts that we offered. We now have they're all set here. We got some more Bs, things you love to see, and then our coaching staff here. Sorted by role, yeah, Savard is our guy, and at 72% in the coach influence being an A, I think that Danault will help Savard grow. Danault is making more money for 1 more year, and then we probably just let him walk, right? We don't fire him, we just let him walk, and we let him just help the team grow. We got another day until we figure out who accepts our offer. There's 1 more final scout. There we go. That's our 20th scouts. Dylan Coughlin is going to join the team. Nolan Patrick is going to decline. That's fine. And then Olivier Rodrigue is accepting. We're still waiting for Kuzmenko to accept his offer here. It should be today. Andrei Kuzmenko is going to take the 5-year, $6.5 million deal. Instantly becomes our best player. And that should be that. So I think we're all set and ready to go. Start of next season. I will see you guys there. So we finally made it to the start of next season. Ryan Graves drew a lot of interest in the offseason, so something to look out for. But here we go. Let's take a look at the lines. Look out for this. Kuzmenko, fantastically perfect fit for line 2 with Cirelli, who is a great fit, and Kyler Yamamoto. So it's really only the first line that seems to be the less good fit. Tyler Toffoli fits fantastically there. We get a +3 for moving Zacha down, and I'm going to do it. He's listed as a 3rd-line scorer. JJ Peterka fits the 2nd line really well, honestly. But I do like the fact that we get a +2 here. Alex Iafallo might be on his way out of the organization, to be honest. Iafallo, 29. He's got 2 years left at $4.2 million. He doesn't really fit with the new coach. Connor McMichael didn't grow, unfortunately. Honestly, if we put McMichael on the left wing of Dickinson and Peterka, I like that. Marchment then. Iafallo out, and we'll put, like, Gustafsson in. Silverberg, as well as another guy that doesn't really fit. As far as the first line is concerned, we don't have anybody too spectacular for the first line except for Tyler Toffoli. We could get a +1 if we move Yamamoto up and a +2 if we move Vrana down. So I'm not going to be too upset by this, to be honest. A +1 on the top line with Yamamoto, Cirelli, Toffoli. A +2 with Kuzmenko, Zacha, Vrana. +2 with Peterka, Dickinson, McMichael. And then a -1 with Marchment, Gustafsson, and Silverberg, but we can easily fix that. A +2 with Addison and Girard. Girard, who's now an 87. Graves moving up does give us a +2. Moving Coughlin down gives us a +1. Nijov, I know, is like an almost perfect fit, right? For the 3rd line. There we go. And there we go. Addison is now going to play with Bean, who's lefty-righty, lefty-lefty, and then lefty-lefty. But we also have Coughlin, who is a righty if we wanted to move on from a guy like Pettersson. Or if we did want to move on from a guy like Graves, who's a perfect fit for the 2nd line. There we go. We get a +2 on the 2nd pairing, a +2, and give Addison the extra ice time there. I kind of like this. I'm kind of vibing with this. This team right now. Balance shoots guys don't seem to fit very well, but we got 2 pinch cycle offensive defensemen on the top line there. So that I think the first line will put up a ton of points. I would love to see Kuzmenko or Vrana be a better fit up here. Maybe, honestly, Vrana, Cirelli, Toffoli, even though it's 0, we get a +3 with Kuzmenko, Zacha, and Yamamoto. I kind of like that. I want to see if I can get Yamamoto to be a top liner for us, but I think he's going to pair fantastically with Kuzmenko. He's just not great defensively. Zacha is, though, so I think he can help, and Kuzmenko's not bad. But then McMichael, Dickinson, and Peterka getting the +2 is fantastic, in my opinion. If we, so Marchment up doesn't help us out. Dickinson is just too perfect of a fit for the third line. Peterka fits the second line great, but we've got our classic playmaker, power forward, sniper up there. And the two-way forward is getting us the +2. And we're only rolling 3 lines, so the -1 doesn't bother me as much. But Iafallo is scratched, so let's get Iafallo back in here. He's an 84. He fits, like I said, the second line-ish. Just not as well as some of those other guys. And he could be our fourth line center, but I think he's more valuable if I move on from him. Cirelli just got a contract extension, plus is again a good fit for the third line if we wanted to do that. But I don't think I plan on doing that because I need the ratings there. Take a look at our goalies. Thompson and Luukkonen are a fantastic duo. High starter here. Thompson still's got 2 years left on a minimum deal. Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen does have 1 year left on his cheap deal as well. Coghlan and then Gustafsson. Coghlan, I did sign to be a depth defenseman. He is balanced shoot, so I'm not too upset about that. Taking a look in the system, though, we've got Perlini, Toropchenko. So, yeah, nothing. Brennan Othman, maybe he's growing. I can't remember exactly what he was, but Cal Casilla with them and Petrus Palmu. Tobias Reeder's down here. I don't know why Reeder's all the way down here. He fits great on the first line. Toropchenko would be great down there, but Toropchenko is medium top. Yeah, he's probably not going to be anything. So I do need to sign, I think, what is that, 3 forwards down here. We got Bennett MacArthur and Teixeira, guys we traded for. But then we got Pouliot and Koski, Niku and Brook. There we go, +2 if we put Pouliot and Brook together. Koski and Niku are even. Then we just need 2 third pairing defensemen down there. That's fine. And then in goal, we've got 80 overall Onanen. Ooh, he's listed as a backup goaltender. And then Olivier Rodriguez is 76, listed as a minor league starter. So then if we get Tristan Lennox, who's a minor league backup, maybe we should trade a guy like Logan Thompson. Luukkonen is 2 years younger, does need the new contract extension, though. He fits the first line great. Ooh, he hates all of our coaches. Our new coach and our old coach and the other coach. Ulrich, though, the goalie coach, is favored by Logan Thompson. But Luukkonen, not a fan of the coaches. But, hey, he's an 84 now, and we could bring him up, bring up Annunen up, Justice Annunen. And Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen could be our goaltending tandem of the future. And then we move on from Logan Thompson and get something quality. Maybe we pair Thompson and Iafallo and get an upgrade for that top line. And I think... Toffoli being... I can't give him the captain. He wants out of here. Zacha, I'm fine with. Girard, I'm fine with. I think I'll make Cirelli the captain. I think Cirelli, he's got that long-term deal. He'll be the captain for now. I think Zacha is fine as the alternate, as well as Samuel Girard. I think those guys make sense for the captains of this team. And I love it. So we finally named our first captain. Last season, if you guys saw, the Google Sheet was all alternates. This year, we have an actual captain. We've named Anthony Cirelli as to be the first captain of the Honolulu Hammerheads. But, yeah, like I said, we could look to find a trade for a guy like Iafallo. Safronov's up to a 74. One more season, I think he's ready to come up. Where is Iafallo? Iafallo, there he is. And then we'll take a look at goalies. And there's Logan Thompson. Actually has more... What? Maybe it's because he's not on the last year of his deal. That's probably what it is. No trades found for these two guys paired together. Okay. Well, then let's get rid of the Thompson and just see what teams would give us for Iafallo. A third-round pick in Alexander Kisakov. A second in Kisakov. Sokolov in a third. So you really want to trade away those Russians that they drafted, the Sabres do. A lot of defensemen. When I'm not really keen on getting defensemen. That's a this year's second and a seventh. A second and a seventh this year would be honestly kind of nice. Glendening, and then we're back at the top. But, okay, now let's put Thompson in there, and we'll take left winger Iafallo off and see what they would give us for Thompson. Jonathan Toews on a $4.25 million deal. Not a guy that I'm... Old guy, and a second, and then next year's third. Honestly... We could keep acquiring and accumulating picks. We have a first, 2 seconds, a third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh in this class. A 1, 2, 3, 4 is just all the normal picks next year. So we could end up getting more picks and picks and picks. And that could be that. But let's take a look at the guys in the system, see if anybody grew that I am not looking at right now. But taking a look at the overall, let's look at the potentials. Safronov, Benson, Othman being at 73 at 20. I feel like he's gotten better. I feel like that's better than what he was before. Brook, honestly, is growing very nicely. Could be that 7th defenseman we were looking for the future. And then Toropchenko, I think everybody else is kind of fine. I will sign the AHL guys again in the between episodes thing. But that is it, guys. Those are the lines. I'm thinking they're looking pretty good. I would like to swing a trade for a young player, but at the same time, I don't know if Iafallo and Thompson are going to get it done. But we could certainly try and package them together to see just how much trade value those two guys have together. Let's just throw them on the board here and see what we got. Not Toffoli. We want Iafallo. He doesn't have a ton, but then we'll also take a look at goalies with Logan Thompson. And that's honestly a good amount of value. Does anybody want them both? Is anybody wanting Iafallo also want Thompson? Does not. Oh, we have the Seattle Kraken want them both. So we could call the Kraken, see what they have, and maybe swing a blockbuster deal. Yeah, let's call Seattle. Just look. We're just looking at right now, right? I'm not gonna push trade. Pull the trigger. They do need. We could go after a Matty Beniers, who they signed to a very cheap deal. Shane Wright with high elite is just wrong. I'm sorry. But Matty Beniers. That's a pretty darn close trade, guys. That's a pretty darn close trade. Oh, man. Matty Beniers at 20 is a medium elite two-way forward. Fits the 4th line is what they say, but that's Laurent Daigneault. Okay, so could be a better fit somewhere else, but looks like he's really, really solid, and he could grow with the team at 20. Really fits that window. Could shift down to center 2 when Benson takes center 1, but Iafallo and Thompson for Matty Beniers. How did he sim last season? He only had 28 points, shot 119 times, and how many minutes? Just 12 minutes a night. Good Lord, you're never going to grow him doing that. Giveaway to takeaway ratio was good, though. I really like this deal, so you guys, before we do it, you guys let me know what I should do here. Is this a trade? I could throw in like a second, because we have an extra one of those, right? So we throw in the Tampa Bay Lightning second, and all of a sudden we got Iafallo Thompson in a second for Matty Beniers. Could be fun. Could be a good move to do. I don't know. They were exempt from the expansion draft, so maybe we can get somebody from them anyway. But that's all the time I have for this one, guys. Make sure to leave a like if you enjoyed it. Subscribe if you want to see some more, and I will see you guys in the next one.
This a free-for-all before we fall. This a free-for-all before we fall. Took some L's, but I guess you can't win them all. Getting busy, been so busy, but always